Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Donlin, and today we're going to enter the virtual world. Let's do this. Alright, awesome. There's a whole lot of potential while we're here, learning online, experiencing things online. Let's fire up that projector screen, get the overhead going, and figure out one of the most vital tools for our classroom that we'll utilize this year. It may look like Google Slides, but we're going to get as interactive as we possibly can. Let's head over to our, no, not homework. Please, no homework. Alright, our key terms board, and figure out how to use an interactive button while we're on Google Slides. So I'm going to kind of zone in here on this key terms card box, and let's click it. Alright, neat. It didn't quite take us to the actual key terms board, but it took us to an online version of it using the website Padlet, and it's a place we'll probably get kind of familiar with. So, interesting. We have all of our key terms here for the beginning part of our introduction to civilizations, and we'll kind of try to envision this as though it's part of our board, part of our classroom. But how did we get here? How did we go from one click to another? It has a lot to do with a hyperlink here, and there it is. I hyperlinked this little box here, so when you click it, it works. Pretty simple stuff. Let's look at another example, something a little different. This time around, we're actually looking at a bunch of different historical figures, and we can click on these. So maybe Donatello, the box, cool. So this will take me to a little bio about Donatello. We may visit this at some point in our year, but let's say I want to go back. I'm going to click that return key, and what do you know, it takes me back. Sounds simple, but it's easy to get lost if you're just clicking around like I am right now, where it doesn't really work properly. The trick is you have to push the buttons, and it works on a touchscreen too. So clicking buttons is one thing, exploring a world is another. Oh hey, check it out, a map of the Byzantine Empire. Let's go to Constantinople. So by clicking buttons, it can actually take us to different places. I'm going to go ahead and click the walk the streets to show you what it's like exploring a world using these buttons, using interactive slides to click through and go on a little adventure and see what's happening through here. Now all the while I'm clicking continues and I'm clicking buttons, and it's interacting the same way a normal game should interact. And if it's tricking you and fooling you into thinking that it's anything more than just slides, then it's doing its job. There's a lot of potential here, and we may visit some concepts like this throughout our year, some fun things to explore, some fun things to play, a couple different narrative things where there's a bunch of different really interesting pathways and things to choose. You know, it's pretty expansive. It's pretty interesting. Just how expansive? Well, I guess you're going to have to explore it for yourself. I mean, you could cheat, like I mentioned before, and just look at them like they're normal slides and say, all right, let me scroll all the way down here and see what we're dealing with or find what I'm looking for. But interacting is partly playing. And while we're exploring a world, sometimes it's nice to just kind of sit in and experience it all for what it's worth. And there you go. So we'll use a tool like this throughout our year, throughout our time together, and hopefully they make Google Slides a little bit more engaging. Maybe they create the illusion of a game. Maybe they give you the idea that there's more to something like this that meets the eye. Tons of potential, people. I'll see you in class.